Hello there guys and fellow YouTubers. Welcome to episode 8 of the FIFA 17 Burnley career mode, and it's a bit of a festive edition this week, this time round, because we've got 3 games. We've got one pre-Christmas game against Tottenham coming up, and then on Boxing Day, the 26th of December, of course, we've got a home match with Middlesbrough, our fellow promoted team, and then another North East team, I should say. I'll get my teeth fixed one of these days. But it's on New Year's Eve when Sunderland come to town. 2 intriguing games to come at Turf Moor, but first we go to White Hart Lane. This was going to be the toughest test of the 3 games, you would think, against Spurs, who haven't started the season that badly, are in the top 4 of the Premier League. We start the day in 9th position, on goal difference above Bournemouth and Sunderland, who we play obviously later on. So Spurs are second, and we obviously start the match in 9th place. So let's see how we got on at White Hart Lane. Could we surprise the world and beat Spurs, or would Spurs come true to form and win? Again, I was at White Hart Lane to find out. And here we are. Good afternoon to you all from White Hart Lane. The Spurs, lying in 2nd place in the Premier League table, take on Burnley, who start the day in 9th position. And what a game this promises to be between 2 surely attack-minded sides. Harry Kane, England's man in the moment, the last couple of seasons. And look where Burnley are in the table, 21 points, they're only 2 points off Spurs as North London rivals Arsenal, who, by their own standards, are having a very disappointing season. So John Stutzy can be very, very encouraged by the first half of the season they've had, also in the semi-finals of the EFL Cup. This is the Spurs lineup. Jan Vertonghen skipping to the side at centre-back. Gomez is chief centre-back, but it's the 2 up front, Harry Kane and Dele Alli, that are going to prove more of a real-life threat for the Clarets' defence this afternoon. So that's the way Pochettino's side line up. As for Stutzy's side, this is what he's selected here at White Hart Lane. He's selected exactly the same 11 which went to the London Stadium against West Ham and won. So this is going to be their lineup, of course. Gudmundsson, Kimmich is still amongst the substitutes, of course. But what a team that is. Real consistently picked, and it just picks itself. The referee today, Anthony Taylor from Greater Manchester. Dele Alli. That's a good play that, and here's Sissoko, decent cross, and Keane and Eaton went for the same ball. It almost proved out to be a comedy of errors, but it didn't turn out that way. Henrik now leads in the charge for Burnley, but that's cut out, and here's Dele Alli again on the break for Tottenham. Good ebb and flow to the game. Good tackle again there by the Burnley defender. I think that was Trippier. And here's Henrik, Antonio breaking forward, and Gray has broken the offside trap superbly. Good start to the game. This just needs an early chance here. The ball played in there towards Kieran Trippier, ball people. Good save by Lopez from virtually point blank range, but the danger's not over yet for Tottenham as Gouffran makes the break, and Henrik now got a bit of space. Right foot and flipped away brilliantly there by Lopez, who's had to make 2 crucial saves in the opening few minutes of the game. 2 smart saves to deny. First Trippier and then Jeff Henrik. Terrific goalkeeping. Who hasn't really had too much to do in the game so far. Mitrovic's flick on, and here's Gouffran now with an opportunity. He's got Gray in the middle. Mitrovic coming to join him, and that was a poor cross. Well, I'm not sure whether he intended it as a shot or a cross, but either way he got it badly wrong. Antonio breaking for Burnley. Started very much in that win at West Ham the other week. And here's Gray, he's onside. Real chance here in the 27th minute for Gray. Yes! This man cannot stop scoring. And the 3,000 Clarets who have travelled down the M6 and the M1 to North London today in the pouring rain have been rewarded with a superb finish. Got away from his man, got away from Jan Vertonghen, and his finish was so unerring it was untrue. Burnley take the lead after 27 minutes, and it's Andre Gray's 11th goal in the league this season. So So the Clarets one up and in complete control as we come up towards the last 10 minutes of what's been a very well fought and very well contested first half. Here's Kane now. Here's Wanyama. Oh, he skipped away from a defender. Wanyama should have equalised. Oh, Burnley have got off scot-free now. I think Heaton might have made a save here. Let's have a look at it again. He did, I think. He got a little flick on that. And if he did, that was a superb piece of goalkeeping. Indeed it was. So a corner. Sissoko, the former Newcastle player, to swing it into the danger zone, and Wanyama's header wasn't troubling the scorers this time. Wasn't a particularly good header, and over the top it goes. Into the second half here. Play 5 minutes. Here's Dele Alli. Good running there, Dele Alli. Straight in the arms of a grateful Tom Heaton. Substitution there for Spurs. Eric Lamela comes on to replace Son, who's been very ineffective, I think, as the game has gone on. And Eric Lamela, the Argentinian international, will come on, and let's see what they can conjure up here. It's a Spurs corner. Sissoko with it. Heaton with a good punch. Gray gets it away, trying to find Mitrovic, but Ben Davies is there for Tottenham. And Spurs now looking for this equaliser. Sissoko with a teasing cross, but Shawcross did fantastically well. And Henrik, who's now been booked, has played that one forward. And a little flick on by Mitrovic has put Gray on the clear. Can Andre Gray put clear daylight between themselves, between the Clarets and Spurs? He can't, because Lopez has made a smart save with his knees. Just look at this. That is just pure reaction goalkeeping, which was seconded on, and it's kept Spurs in the game. Burnley corner, however, and it's a free header for Gouffran, who can't direct it goalwards. Well, that was a big chance. Free header. Should really be hitting the target from there, I would have thought. So does John Stutzig, I think. Keenan's header, well won. Here's Gray again. Inside the last 10 minutes, and what a good save to deny Gray by Lopez. It's another corner, but my word, isn't the Tottenham goalkeeper earning his money today? Wicked save, wicked shot. It was a bit unorthodox to save, but still it needed saving. Another Burnley corner. They're looking to kill this game off and kill Tottenham with it as well. Stephen Defoe with another good corner, and again Lopez says Keane off the line. And somehow Sissoko gets it away to safety. 5 to play, and it's Burnley now looking rampant, even though they're only one up. And here's Gray now, sure he could finish it side netting. And he's frustrated with himself for that. That could have finished Spurs off there and then, and Burnley would have had the breathing space to play as probably deserved. Oh, what a chance, and he knows Gray, that was the gilt-edged chance, and if Spurs come back in the remaining 2.5 minutes plus stoppage time that remains of this match, well, that could be a miss. That could come back, just not just to haunt Gray, but to haunt John Stutzig and his Burnley side, because to a man they've really played manfully. They've took the game to Spurs. They probably do deserve to be winning this game. Let's put it this way. And here's Walker now for Spurs. Up to Eriksson, the sub. Oh, he's got away from his marker. And that's a good ball there towards Janssen, the other sub. But Tom Heaton, cool as a cucumber, catching the ball. Seconds to go. Referee Taylor looks at his watch. Still we play on, and that's it. It's all over in Burnley. Just like they did at the London Stadium a week or two ago. Have scored a famous victory again in London. A solitary goal after 27 minutes from Andre Gray was good enough. They did have other chances to increase the lead. Lopez worked overtime. Spurs had a couple of chances, but just couldn't finish. And Burnley, who started the day in 9th, have beaten second place Spurs by a single goal to 0 in a real surprise at White Hart Lane. Well, despite our heroics at White Hart Lane just then, we only managed to move up one place. But what happened was Spurs have dropped to third, and Crystal Palace, Alan Pardew's Crystal Palace, amazingly up to second and only a point behind Chelsea now. That's interesting stuff at the moment. Burnley now on to 24 points. There's a cluster of clubs there on 24 points. Arsenal just ahead of us on goal difference. And then come ourselves, and then Hull, then Liverpool as well. So 4 of us on 24, and then the bottom 3, Southampton, Swansea, and obviously West Brom, of course, in the bottom 3 at the moment, which is difficult to fathom at the moment. West Ham really struggling at the moment. They're just 3 points above the safety line at the moment. Middlesbrough still doing okay, 5 points above water. Sunderland, of course, and Sunderland and Middlesbrough, in fact, are the next 2 teams to come up in a minute. So we've got a real opportunity to really fill our boots. We've got 3 points we didn't expect against Spurs. I would expect 3 against Middlesbrough. They came up with us last season. And Sunderland, well, that would be another home banky, you'd think. But we're just training the players up there, as you can see. But we now prepare for the post-match, for the post-Christmas match, the traditional Boxing Day fixtures, and we are at home for this season's Boxing Day fixture, where we play fellow promoted side Middlesbrough at Turf Moor in a game between 2 rivals. Middlesbrough seems to have had the upper hand over us in recent years in real life, certainly at Turf Moor. They haven't lost almost certainly on their last 2 visits. Could we change all that today as we took on Aitor Karenka's men, or would they spring another surprise on us? Well, I was at Turf Moor on Boxing Day to find out if we could continue our winning run against the Borough. Welcome to Turf Moor, where the post-Christmas Boxing Day fixture is always a great tradition. In this country, of course, it's almost a tradition in this country as the Boxing Day Test matches in Australia. And a marvellous occasion for Burnley, who take on Middlesbrough, lie 17th, just 5 points above the drop zone, in 16th, I should say. They come full of hope, but Burnley are the team expected to do well. They've just come off the back of a pre-Christmas win at White Hart Lane, and they yet again for another match running select the same 11. Very consistent. John Stutzy knows what he's getting from his side at the moment, and again that 11 with the same formation is certainly no exception. And Andre Gray, 11 goals this season, is by far and away the top scorer in the Barclays Premier League right now. Well, will Gray and Co send the correspondence on with a late Christmas present of 3 points, or will Middlesbrough spoil the Christmas Day party here at Boxing Day party at Turf Moor? Well, they've got Victor Valdez, experienced goalkeeper there in goal. Negredo, formerly of Manchester City, leading the line up front. You've got Fisher and Sturani up there as well. And the referee in charge is Craig Pawson. So Burnley headers away, of course, in traditional claret and blue shirts, white shorts, white socks, attacking the goal to our left in his first half. And here's Gray picking it up, getting an early shot in, and not really testing Valdez too much with that, but a little warning shot there for Middlesbrough. The room for Middlesbrough, now Gaston Ramirez, putting in behind Negredo today, and here's Fisher. Still plenty going forward. That's a good ball in there towards Negredo, but Tom Heaton was in really good, anticipated it very well. Good form there. He's been keeping quite a few clean sheets in recent weeks, Heaton, which is good to see. Here's Gray now in behind. This could be the first one. No! Valdez has saved terrifically. When looked as if it was going to be goal number 1 there for Burnley, as Gray got himself in the clear, but Victor Valdez, formerly of Barcelona amongst other teams, making a really smart save and keeping the score sheet at 0-0 with just over 10 minutes gone. It's a corner those of the Clarets, floated in there, Shawcross with a header and tipped away again by the brilliant Victor Valdez. Antonio now for Burnley. Stephen Defoe. Burnley really taking it all to the Middlesbrough lads at the moment, and Mitrovic's ball is inch perfect. What a chance this is for Andre Gray. Yes, no, he's hit the side netting and it's gone the wrong side of the post. Well, from where we were sitting in the James Hargreaves stand at the top, I think half the ground thought it had gone in, but it hit the side netting. Right. Antonio breaking down the right if he chooses to go. And he might just end up going alone here. No, he's played it in. It's Stephen Defoe! It has been coming. Simple as that. Stephen Defoe, the scorer. Gray held it and held it and played a lovely ball in. Escaped, and Defoe escaped the advances of the final defender. And his left-footed shot was just too good for Victor Valdez, who up until now has played terrifically well in his first half. But it's Burnley who have the lead after 30 minutes here at Turf Moor. Stephen Defoe now for Burnley. Oh, what a lovely ball. He's having a good game, Defoe. And Antonio is away. Free to his right, but Antonio goes alone. Good save. And that should be a second one. It is. And it's Gray again. And that's goal number 12 in the Premier League this season. And this is an avalanche of the highest possible scale. Save from Valdez. Wasn't a good one from Antonio. Didn't push it out enough, and Gray had the simplest of chances to stick it in the empty net. And Stutzy's team go 2 goals clear as we come up towards the closing stages of the first half. 37 minutes gone. 2-0 now to Burnley. The Grado. And again, good ball. Chance here. Gaston Ramirez. And a tremendous save from Tom Heaton, who up until this point has had precious little to do. But he was on good form there to deny Gaston Ramirez pulling one back there for Middlesbrough. Good goalkeeping. So we're 5-6 minutes into the second half, and it's 2-0 to Burnley. Negredo breaking. Daroon. He's got Barnigan forward, and that's a dangerous looking cross, but Trippier was there. Gaston Ramirez is there, but his first touch was a heavy one, and it's allowed Goffran now to get it away, but only as far. But it's intercepted there by Clayton, and now here is Clayton. Still Adam Clayton. Little chip in there. Oh, what a chance for Stuani at the back post. Well, there might have been a foul in the build-up there by, who's that then? Mikel Antonio. No, I don't know what the offence was for. I know what it was. Earlier on, just about halfway, when Gaston Ramirez was tripped from behind. Gray. Played over an hour. And Gray has found Antonio. Good intelligent play this on the Burnley number 7. And he's played the ball in, and Henry makes it 3-0. It's a rout for Burnley now. Middlesbrough cut apart again defensively. Victor Valdez badly exposed. And the Clarets are rampaging here. And it's going to be a Boxing Day party at Turf Moor for the Clarets. And Jeff Henrik stretches the lead now for Burnley to 3-0. Right. Going up towards the last 20 minutes, and here's Mitrovic. Would like to get on the act himself. It's Alexander Mitrovic. Good save, Valdez. Gray might have scored. Yes, he has. 4-0. It's a rout. Mitrovic forcing the save there from Valdez, but he was way out of his ground, and he could only pass it into the path of Andre Gray, and he got it past the challengers, the last 6 challengers of Ben Gibson and Valdez. And Burnley stretched the lead to 4-0 now. And Gray hits lucky 13 for the season in the league. Well, it's been a real romping victory for Burnley. This is probably going to be their biggest home win of the season, if not. Remember, they won 4-0 away from home against Southampton, so they've equalled their best performance goal scoring wise in one game, and they'll have to finish it with a 5th. Here's Defoe. He's had another marvellous game, and away from the defender again. Lovely ball in. Mitrovic. Oh, he should have made it 5. And the way Burnley have played today, they could have scored a lot more. Oh, just needed to be inched the other side, and that would have been it. Meanwhile, Andre Gray comes off, and Stephen Defoe and Mitrovic come off, and Vokes and Barnes and Kimmich all come on. for a couple of minutes each as a cameo role. Well, it's been a 4-star performance from Burnley today, and really a late Christmas present of 3 points to the tally is always welcome, and at halfway mark Burnley could not be in a better position. Well over the 20 points mark they were setting themselves at the start of the season to get halfway through, and here's Adama. Can they pull it back? No, not this time. Good defending from Burnley. They've been very stout defensively. The Heathens only have one major save to make, and that was from Gaston Ramirez. But apart from that, it's all been about John Stutz's men, and the way they've destroyed Middlesbrough today has been exceptional. Back to the drawing board for Aitor Karanka and co. But Burnley was superb. 2 for Gray. He's 12 and 13 for the season. Stephen Defoe got open the scoring. Jack Henry got goal number 3. Gray got goals 2 and 4. And it was a 4-star display for Burnley, who've easily thrashed Middlesbrough by 4 goals to 0. And so with that fantastic Boxing Day victory over Middlesbrough, we're still staying in 8th place, but we've moved on to 27 points, which means we are just literally 13 points away from where we wanted to be at the start of the season, which at the moment is a terrific effort. We're only being prevented by being 7th on goal difference, and we're only a point off, only about 2 or 3 points off the Champions League places, which would, at the start of the season, the way we started that season when we were losing 3-0 to Liverpool and throwing away 2 goals leads against Hull, we couldn't have imagined it, and it's just unbelievably how things have turned around. And we're in the EFL Cup semi-finals. We've got the FA Cup coming up as well in the next episode. I believe we've drawn Brentford at Griffin Park in round 3. That'll be a tricky little banana skin of a game for us, that one. So FA Cup will be returning as well. So it's all happening here at the moment, and it's tremendous to see. And if we can get to Wembley as well, and maybe win one of the cups, that would be that would put the icing on the cherry on the cake. But we've got one more game to play of 2016 in our first season, and then we're at halfway mark for the season. We're at 18 games gone. This one is the halfway stage. We're at home to Sunderland under David Moyes. They're struggling for form as well. They're right at the lower reaches of the table. We had an offer from Scotland for the Scottish job. We turned it down. We're not concentrating on international football. Maybe 2 or 3 seasons in we might concentrate on it, but the World Cup ambitions can wait for a little while longer. But it's to Turf Moor we go for our final game. We play Sunderland. Now the question on everybody's lips, could we repeat that terrific performance against Middlesbrough against Sunderland? Or would Sunderland shock the world and maybe shock us and maybe give us a little bit of reality check going into the new year in the Man City game? Let's find out at Turf. And welcome to Turf Moor New Year's Eve and the halfway mark of the league season. And Sunderland, another North Eastern team in town, after Middlesbrough were dispatched a few days ago by 4 goals to 0. Would Sunderland follow suit? And Andre Gray is the man in form. 5 goals in his last 3 games, including a brace, including one against Spurs and a brace against Middlesbrough on New Year's Day. Could he do the same again to Sunderland? Well, John Stutzey again goes with the same 11 as you would expect. Guthran, Defoe, Henrik and Antonio have been terrific in that midfield quartet. Mitrovic, although he hasn't scored any goals, has partnered Andre Gray terrifically well, whilst Gray's been getting all the glory. And the back 4 have been terrific. No goals conceded in their last 2. Things looking up for John Stutzey's men as they take on Sunderland, who are desperate for form and struggling at the wrong end of the Premier League table. And this is how they line up. Jordan Pickford is a superb goalkeeper, an England international of the future, that's for sure. Jermaine Defoe will be a threat. So too will Kazari and Barini as well. So some very good players. Stephen Pienaar, formerly of Everton and Tottenham, are amongst the Sunderland substitutes this afternoon. And the man in charge for this New Year's Eve clash between East and West is Anthony Taylor from Manchester. And away we go. Turf Moor packed to the rafters, even though it's a very bitterly cold New Year's Eve. The final match of 2016 in the calendar year is on the way, and it's Andre Gray with an early chance. And a good bit of defending there from Sunderland to keep them out. As you see again, Gray gets his shot in, and a good block there. And that was an important block for Sunderland there. It's a corner kick to the Clarets. Stephen Defoe to take it. Kenny floats it in there, and the Godfriend's header off the line. It'll come here for Andy Robertson! What a goal! A goal of pure genius! For over 30 hours with his left foot, as soon as he struck it, Pickford had to hope. He had to Price, he had to prayer. That was a goal of pure genius. From the moment he left his foot, that is an extraordinary start for John Sturts's men. Andy Robertson, the former Hull left back, strikes his first goal this season, and how? 1-0. This is Catamol. 20 minutes in, and everyone's just calming down from that terrific strike from Andy Robertson early doors there for Burnley. It was such a great strike. Van Honolt now. And here's a chance for Sunderland. Van Honolt, the shot coming in, and it's over the top of this time. Mangulo smashes it over the crossbar. Couldn't repeat what Andy Robertson had done early on in the first half. What a remarkable game this could turn out to be. And Casarella's broken away here. Could be problems here for Burnley. He's away from Antonio, but not away from Michael Keane, who has to yield a throw for Sunderland, and Casare will take it. And he takes it to Van Honolt. Still 1-1. And a little chip in there towards Barini. It's there, it's 1-1. Disastrous defending from the Clarets, who really didn't react quickly enough, and Fabio Barini has made it 1-1. And has given the team that are fighting to stay in the Premier League that little bit of hope against a team that have been in terrific form, certainly in December. Just a one defeater, of course, to Bournemouth here. And Heaton got a hand on that, got a little finger on it, but he couldn't keep it out. And Fabio Barini makes it 1-1. With just over 10 minutes to go to half time here. 34 minutes on the clock. It's Burnley 1, Sunderland 1, and Burnley really been pegged back, possibly in the best possible way. Good reaction, Nat. Here's Mitrovic at the other end now. Angle's tight, and Jordan Pickford makes a simple enough save. Got it away on his left foot, on his right foot rather, and Pickford just punched it out of play for a corner now to the Clarets. Now must be wondering what they have to do really. So the clean sheet is over with, and it comes out. No, it won't come to Andy Robertson this time, because it comes to Jermaine Defoe. But Robertson actually doing quite well, and doing what he usually does very well. Not renowned for his goal scoring. Oh, here's Gray! Big chance here for Gray! Oh, he should have scored. Well, at least hit the target anyway, and he knows it. Utterly and completely knows it, and Gray fires over the bar. Unbelievable miss. Well, we're about 5 minutes into the second half, and still we're deadlocked at 1-1. Here's Antonio. Good chance here. Right foot. Oh, I think he might have just hit the side netting. It wasn't far away from Mikel Antonio. Struck it well with his right foot. Did it hit the side netting? He might have just brushed it. Jeff Henrik being saved for that battle against Manchester City in those 2 cup games. He's going to be replaced by Joshua Kimmich for the last half an hour or so of the second half. Adamo. A very good game, I have to say. Sunderland have tried to play some football when they've had to. Kirchhoff now is towards the throw. We've not really seen much of him really as an attacking force. But here's Kirchhoff. Oh! In the end, it was a really tame effort by the Sunderland man. Defoe did well there. Oh, I don't know what that finish was. Antonio. You're just asking 1 or 2 questions. Kimmich then was going to line one up. Andy Robertson. And that's a good ball. Here's Anichebe. He's gambled in behind the sub. It's Victor Anichebe. Oh, he should have scored. And Sunderland should have taken the lead here at Turf Moor. Burnley again committed defensive suicide. And Victor Anichebe should have scored. A much more deadlier striker, a much more informed striker would have buried that, no problem. Burnley off the hook. Sutsy looking on here as Burnley get a throw. Antonio now, good running. It's Mikel Antonio. It's Andre Gray. Oh, and how has Pickford saved that? That was a remarkable piece of goalkeeping by the youngster here, who's had a spell on loan not too far from me at Preston North End. That was a remarkable piece of goalkeeping. In fact, he played here last season for Preston and put in a man of the match performance when Preston smashed and grabbed Burnley 2-0. Here comes the corner. In there it goes, and the header won. I think it was Ryan Shawcross with the header, and Jordan Pickford. That was a regulation save. Seconds to go. It looks as if Burnley's 2016 will end with a point, and it does. Sunderland get a point. They played their part in what was a tie game in the end. Burnley took the lead through a terrific 35-yard left-footed thunderbolt from Andrew Robertson. But then Barini, 10 minutes from half-time, equalised. Both teams tried their best to get the winning goal in the second half, but just couldn't finish. And in the end, maybe a point was just about right. Final score then at Turf Moor: Burnley 1, Sunderland 1. And with that draw, we end 2016 in 5th place in the Premier League table with 28 points. So we only need another 12 to get to that magical 40 points we set out at the start of the season. It's unbelievable, really, isn't it? And we're now a good 10 points above the bottom three, where Southampton, Swansea and West Bromwich Albion all sit. Middlesbrough 2 points off that trapdoor. West Ham and Bournemouth now looking over their shoulders a little bit. Sunderland's points has just moved them away a little bit to 13th place, but up to 5th place and only 4 points off a Champions League place. We're now in the Europa League on goal difference at the moment. We would have thought it above Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Everton and the champions Leicester City. Oh my days, this is unbelievable stuff. So really, this season is getting topsy-turvy. And what about Crystal Palace, Alan Pardew's men, in the semi-finals of the EFL Cup and in 2nd place? Who would have thought it? But, well, it's been a fantastic episode, a terrific episode, which yielded 7 points from the 3 creature games for the Clarets. Terrific return. I would have liked 9, to be honest, but well, beggars can't be choosers. The 1-1 with Sunderland was probably about right. We sneaked in, and also we've had some. Also, it's with the new year. It's also the opening of the January transfer window, and already bids have come in. We've bidded for Adam Armstrong. We've looked at Rolando Aarons as well. But our next match. In fact, we've got 3 games coming up for you now. 2 from the cup, all 3 from 3 different competitions. First in the league, we've got Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium in our first match, and then we take our first steps into the FA Cup this season with an away trip to Griffin Park to play Brentford, and then in another competition, the EFL Cup, we play Manchester United at home in the first leg. Hope you can join us for those 3 bumper games. But for me, JB, thank you for watching episode 8 of the Burnley Career Mode. Don't forget to leave a like. Twitter address is at Stutzy83. But for me, JB, John Stuttard, take care. Ta-ra.